Okay, so today we are going to learn how to input an account into Salesforce. Typically this will be a new account, something that you may have found online, a practice that you would like to work with or put into the database, maybe call at some point down the line. So what we have over here is a medical spa practice. Now I actually am spending time today putting these into Salesforce because as it happens there was a law that was passed in Connecticut that requires a med spa to now have a physician, a nurse practitioner, or a physician assistant on staff at all times. So this represents an opportunity, and that's why I'm taking some time today to put one of these or several of these into Salesforce. So let's get started. We're going to first go over to the Create New. We're going to go down to Account, and we're going to click. Okay, so now what we have is a different screen than what we had over with, I'm going to take this off. We have a different screen from what we had before with the contacts. Different information, different fields, all of that. So you have to sort of get used to this as well. What we're going to do now is put in the account name. So let me bring this back. Okay, so what I like to do is try and find some HTML text. This is HTML text and versus like a picture. So you can't basically highlight this and drag it. You can, but I have no idea. It looks like you're going to get a link. What I see here is this right here. So that's what I want to do. So I want to highlight that. I want to copy. And again, I'm just trying to make it easy because you know, if you can do that, then it's going to be a lot easier than trying to spell Versailles Medical Spa, and it's just going to save you time. So let's go down the line and we'll see what other information we need. As you can see, these little red lines to the left of each of these fields denotes that this is a mandatory field. So in other words, if you don't have information in here, and in here, you will not be able to save like that. That's the screen you'll get. So let's make Salesforce happy. And account type. Single specialty group is really what you're going to spend a lot of time putting in. There are other fields, human resources firm, recruiting firm, college, university, but you know, by and large, you're really going to spend a lot of your or put a lot of these fields, code them as single specialty group or hospital, for instance. Job title, this is an employer. So we're going to click on employer. Hope you're enjoying the website over here. And let's go down the line. Hiring decision, we don't really know whether this is an internal, hospital HR. I mean, I'm going to assume that it's internal, but again, we don't know. This field right here, employs mid-level providers. That's what MLP stands for, and we've got a lot of different options. We'll revisit this, but specialty, this is how I'm going to code this. I'm going to actually code this as dermatology because it's sort of like a broader, more encompassing field and specialty. So now that I've got all of these, we're going to revisit this, but I'm going to save first. Okay, so now I have that more familiar screen, which allows me to see a little bit more, not as confusing. In Specialty 2, I'm going to come back to this, and I'm going to actually go down to Med Spa, which is right there. Okay, again, just as a reminder, this is an orange, so we need to save. Okay, couple more things that we can do. We're going to copy the website. We're going to put it over here. We can save. And now we can start going over to the website to sort of dig for information about the practice. Okay, some of the things that we're going to be looking for is, does the practice employ mid-level providers? Who is the supervising physician? What is their phone number? What is their address? Okay, these fields over here are used for second and third and fourth email, physical locations. This right here is where we're going to have the main location for this practice. And any good website will have that over here at the bottom. This is a very good website. A lot of the medical spa and dermatology practices have really good websites. So we're just going to take that information that I plopped right into the billing street because it's just easiest to do that, and we're going to put it into the correct fields. So billing street, billing city, billing state, zip code, click OK, click Save. Let's go back. Let's find the phone number. Put it right in here. Click Save. And then there's some other information. This webmaster at VersaillesMedicalSpa.com. I mean, yeah, we can put it in. It's not really something that I'm expecting is going to, I'm not going to email them and expect to get a response from that. But HR contact email is where we would maybe put that. Okay. So now we need to find out a little bit more about what this practice is all about, what makes them tick. Sometimes we'll see a fax number. That's something that we would put in right over here. Let's see if they have any nurse practitioners or physician assistants, and guess what? I bet they do. So we're going to go down to staff. Over here, we've got several different, right here, nurse practitioner right there. That's adult nurse practitioner board certified. So let's click on Alicia. Let's just see what she's about. Okay, now this is an opportunity to go back to Salesforce and, maybe if you just wanted to duplicate this screen and see if we can find Alicia. So Alicia Bravo. Let's see if she's in here. I just duplicated the screen because I didn't want to mess up where we were already. All right, so it turns out that she's in here. Okay, so here's one thing we can do. We can go over, copy this page, her page, and go over to web page, put that in there, and now we just put in a little bit more information about Alicia. All right, let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, right here. Okay, this is interesting because she was in Wethersfield, and I've talked to her before, but now she's in Darien. So we're going to update this. There's no way she's commuting from Wethersfield to Darien every day. If she does, she's crazy. Okay, so we just updated some information on Alicia. Didn't plan on doing that, but that's what happened. Okay, so they employ a nurse practitioner. So let's go down to that, employs nurse practitioners, and again, there's all different options. Once employed them, considering, does not employ, employs PAs, NPs, both. Click OK, click Save. Let's see if there's any more information that we can put in here. Some of these fields, we won't be able to figure out, like a hiring decision, whether they are owned by a hospital or whether they're a private practice. I mean, I know that they're a private practice, but I just never like to put this, I never like to populate this field unless I know absolutely for sure that that's who they are and that they're owned independently. One other thing that we can see is if we know who this the contact for HR is. So let's go down to staff. We have a lot of different people over here: front desk, director of business development, sales and marketing. They're pretty well staffed. So I'm going to go with Marie. I think she's probably the CEO. She's probably the person that looks like she might be in charge. She is the CEO. It's a fancy title. Now we don't have CEO in here, but we probably should, and we're going to put in like operations manager, something like that. I'm going to click save. And there you go. Now we have a lot of different information that we can go into down here about activity, opportunities, notes, so on and so forth. But for right now, we're just going to stick to this. This is how you put a new account into Salesforce.